Oh! Oh no. I think that lady is naked. Praise Iomade! Thank you for gracing your faithful servants with this visitation. My lady, I love you. I love you like nothing else, and no one else. Several knights reverently kneel before the succubus, who is wearing nothing but a smirk. Oh, she is naked. Oh no. Everybody avert your eyes. You should never look at a naked woman when she is not inviting you to look, and the succubus is not inviting you to look, so everyone avert their eyes. With melodramatic flair, the demon sweeps a clawed hand over the heads of the knights and gives a mock blessing. And I love you, my children, all of you together, and each one separately. Oh? Goddess, I must confess a shameful sin. My thoughts about you, they are impure. Oh no. Oh no. I think we've got someone simping here. Forgive me for my blasphemous words and base thoughts, but I can't help it. You are the most desirable of all women. No other goddess comes close to your beauty. Next to you, Sarenrae is a dull lamp. Oh, Sarah, did you hear that? This Crusader just called Sarenrae a dull lamp. And Shellin, dust beneath your feet. Will you forgive me for loving you? And not only in the way a true believer should love his deity. This guy's... I mean, obviously they're all under some sort of spell, because I don't think this guy would really say something quite as creepy as that if he wasn't charmed. I forgive you, my knight. I forgive you and I accept your love, but I see that you cannot forgive yourself. Your flesh craves punishment, so punish yourself. Wash away your sin with blood and earn my love, the divine and the carnal. What? What? With trembling hands, the knight brings his blade to his face. These eyes which dared gaze upon you with lustful intent, take them, my goddess. The knight cuts out his eyes with a muffled moan and holds the two bloody lumps out to the succubus. Ah! Demons are nasty. I accept your gift. The succubus gently takes the eyeballs and trails them over her stomach and breasts. Ew! Her skin with scarlet patterns. Then she brings them to her mouth and and chews them with relish. Wait, as in like she has a little bit of relish on the side? Or like she just enjoys chewing them? Red saliva dribbles over her lips and shins. You know fine well that Flanders is back there seeing this and vomiting, whilst the rest of the party are just like, oh come on Flanders, man up. Ugh. Now my knights, I want you to lick every... I'm sorry, what? Stop right there. I'm glad she didn't go any further with that. Wait, who's this? Blasphemers come to disturb our sacrament. The succubus points at you and the knights who still have eyes. Wow, adding insult to injury right there, isn't it? The knights who still have eyes obediently turn your direction. Oh boy. Spark, if you're still in chat, thanks for getting me to read Finian's voice out, or thanks for deciding on Finian's voice alongside Nicaea. Finian, as a result of what Spark and Nicaea told me a few streams ago, Finian talks in a very monotonous and dry voice, and I am not allowed to have any emotion when I read it. So, is this some kind of holy sacrament for you, beast? Playing with other people's minds, mocking their faith. Come a little closer. I'll give you a blessing you won't forget. Oh, Finian. Finian. Use Dispel Magic. Snap out of it. You've been oh, let's do that. Oh, and the Clerics of Desna are helping as well. Fantastique. Oh, wait, actually, it was just the Clerics of Desna that were doing it. Wait, so we got 3 of them out of it? What about the... Oh no, and of course one of the 3 that we got out of it was the guy that cut his eyes out. Oh no, oh no. The blind knight recoils in horror. He opens and closes his mouth, lost for words, then brings his fingers up to his empty eye sockets. Ugh. What did you do to me? Give me back my eyes! My faithful children annihilate the heretics. Oh my god. If you're feeling disturbed, I just posted a load of cat pics. I might, after the stream, I might go look at those just to make me feel a bit better about this whole scenario that's played out. The succubus meets your gaze, her blood-stained lips stretching into a sweet smile. Are you really going to raise your weapon against me? I am Iomade after all. No, you're not. You're an eye-eating, mean woman. Succeeded a will check. For a brief moment, the demon's wanton features transform into the goddess's radiant visage. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be lured in by Iomade anyways, because I don't believe in Iomade. Or at least I don't worship her. But the illusion immediately dissipates. The succubus's spell didn't work. Scowling, she enters the fray. Oh no. Kinda edgy, that succubus. Yeah, I know, right, Druid. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think none of us worship Iomade, I don't think. I worship Eristil. That's a good point, actually. I can't quite remember. Let me have a look. I think Reynolds Irori, Sarah is Sarenrae. I'm Eristil. Is Matrim Eristil as well? I can't quite remember. I don't remember where to actually find it, in all honesty. Yeah, Eristil. Okay. I think Glade's the same, yeah. Me, Glade, and Matrim all worship Eristil. Reynold is Irori, I believe, yeah. Sarah is Sarenrae. Oh, Shellin. That makes sense, yeah. Irel worships Shellin. Yeah. Cute cats! Right, let me see. So. Oh boy. I don't want to kill these Crusaders. Also, we had another cleric. Why didn't the other cleric come and take the other 3 people? Josh watching Twitch. Yes, he is existing too. I'm gonna grab KFC, BRB. No worries, Druid. Right, so I'm assuming if I kill the succubus, then these guys will snap out of it. I'd rather not have to kill Crusaders if we can help it. This is Glade's time to shine. She excels at killing demons. Nope, it turns out they do not snap out of it. That is an issue. Okay. Embrace says, I want KFC. I haven't had KFC in a while. The KFC from where I used to live was really great. But I don't really think, where I am now, I don't really think you can get KFC around here. Or at least, no, you can, but I don't think it's great. Although, in fairness, when I was a kid, you couldn't get KFC around here. And when I was a teenager, you couldn't get KFC around here. KFC's pretty new to my, well, to this area at least. Salmon extract. Who is getting hurt? Is it a bleeding effect? Yep, it is. And it's permanent. So, let's go ahead and treat affliction.
Hesitate.
We will not hesitate. We are going to find... Where's he at? Reynold. Boop. Oh, does that not get rid of bleed? Damn. Let's try that one. Okay. Nope, that still didn't get rid of bleed.
Keep your wits about you.
Right. Apparently Korean fried chicken is a good alternative. I do like Korean style chicken. I do really like it. In fact, we went through a bit of a phase of having like Korean style barbecue burritos, and they were so good. When I lived in London, I could get like 150 different restaurants delivered to my door. Now I live in the middle of nowhere, and there's like 7 takeaway places, and like 4 of them are Indian for some reason. Yeah, Indian food's really popular, I feel like, especially in the north. Actually, no, the Midlands of the UK is probably the best place for Indian restaurants, like in the UK, that is. Bleed is a condition. Yeah, I thought that treat affliction would like removes negative conditions. Apparently not. So a single diseased or poisoned character. Oh, it's specifically diseased or poisoned, so sickened. I'm assuming not fatigue. So bleed and fatigue probably aren't treated by treat affliction then. My bad. My bad. They don't call Vindaloo ring stingers for no reason. I used to really like spicy food, like really hot, really spicy. I used to love it. These days, like I have some stupid, silly issues with my tum-tum, with my stomach. That basically means that when I eat really spicy food, I just get like real bad pain. Which is an absolute bummer because I really love, like, I used to just like pizzas, for instance, if you could get them with jalapenos on, or jalapenos, I should say, I would get them with jalapenos on, and I would just pick off the jalapenos and eat them. Nom, 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 nom. I love spice. Unfortunately, these days when I do that, I end up with like excruciating agony coming from my tum-tum. My BF gets a bad tummy after everything. Oh no, delicate stomach. Ice cream, got the shits. Ships. He's got the ships after ice cream. Too much bread and pasta, got the ships. Something a little spicy, got the ships. That could be something genetic, in fairness, like irritable or inflammatory bowel or something. Prayer scroll. Oh, Lady of Valor Iomade, benevolent to the innocent, ruthless to the malign. Oh, so this is actually like a prayer to Iomade. It's not something corrupted. Okay. So what about this one? So this appears to be... This appears to actually be like another proper like sermon. And not something that's like corrupted and twisted by the succubus. Lol, get baited. I think I'm the same. Overly spicy food doesn't help my cause. Yeah, like... Don't get me wrong, I still love how it tastes. I still love the burn. But... It's just not worth the pain these days. Like, if I eat something too spicy, I just end up having to, like, chug some Gaviscon or drink, like, a pint of milk. To try and get rid of the pain. What's this? So, statue of a woman in armor holding a sword. Oh, this seems like a puzzle, guys. My favourite. Statue of a female angel holding a hammer. Statue of a man in robes holding a staff. Statue of a male angel in armor holding a sword and a shield. That looks like the, is it the Hand of Iomade? The Herald of Iomade? The Herald of Iomade? That looks like him. That actually could be... what was his name? I forget his name. It was the angel that we encountered in the tutorial. That was like dead. We only encountered him in a cutscene. Statue of a woman in armor holding a sword and shield. That could be Iomade. Or it could be Yaniel. Not sure who that is. Woman in armor holding a sword. So that's a woman in armor holding a sword. That's a woman in armor holding a sword and shield. So that's probably Yaniel. That's probably Iomade. That's the Herald of Iomade. Light of Heaven. Yeah, the guy that gave us the Light of Heaven. But I don't know what his name is. Oh, I can't remember what his name is. I think that's his sister. So maybe we have to do like order of, I don't know, like I would maybe like Iomade first, then the Herald, and then the brother, and then the sister, and then the guy with the staff, and then Yaniel. Holy flibbin' ship. I solved a puzzle the first time. I'm blown away right now. I'm blown away. How did I do that? I was expecting to sit and attempt this puzzle for the next 30 minutes of the stream. Oh my god. The devs have the same dumb brain as me. It's just... What order even was that? I don't know if that was order of importance or order of like... My logic was that it was like the beginner of the worship I have. Oh, big brain power. Obviously Iomade started the Pantheon. The Herald's next up in power, and then the brother, and then the sister, and then this guy that I don't know, but I assumed would be before Yaniel, because Yaniel was in the past 70 years, and I haven't heard of this guy, so I assumed he would come next, and then Yaniel. Don't know how I did it. That will never happen again. You guys in chat, count yourself lucky. You have witnessed something that will never occur ever again for the rest of this playthrough. There will be no more smart plays. In fact, that wasn't even smart, that was dumb luck. That's why it's blown me away so much. Cold Iron Long Spear, we'll take that. We'll take a Heavy Shield. Then again, I think we can probably take everything and just sell it, right? What's our inventory look like? Yeah, we can take everything. We do have a pretty high strength party, so carrying capacity is not really an issue right now. Oh, that looks nice. Spiked Heavy Shield. I'll take a look any day. Boy, oh boy. I mean, looks great, but the amount of time I actually get lucky in this game and get something right like that, I don't know, I feel like I maybe just need to research the game lore more. I think that it's probably the case, and maybe I'm wrong here, but people who actually played the Pathfinder tabletop game and are aware of the world, like Galarian's lore, probably have a much easier time playing this. You know? If you know the Pantheons and like order of whatever this was, order of importance to the Pantheon, I'm assuming, from playing the tabletop game or just from reading about the lore, then that would have probably came to you instantly. For me, it was just dumb luck. Right, does he have anything to say? We need to bandage our wounds. Is there only you left? I think we lost both other guys, didn't we? Like the guy who cut his eyes out, I suppose that wasn't, you know, it's maybe a blessing that he did go. I like those puzzles like in Divinity when you had to be paying attention in the dial. Yeah, yeah. Like, Divinity was really good with puzzles. Actually, I think that Baldur's Gate, like Baldur's Gate 3, I actually can't think of any of the puzzles off the top of my head. I mean, I played a little bit of it with my girlfriend at the weekend, and we did do a puzzle, but it didn't seem to be based off that. It was more like just big brain thinking than anything else. Like it was just a lot of traps that were all triggered by the same thing, so you had to disarm them in a certain order. But yeah, Divinity was really good for puzzles that like would challenge you to actually pay attention. But I also feel like with Divinity, they didn't try to give you like a load of world lore at once. Like they were quite careful with giving you what you needed to know when you needed it, which is just game design at the end of the day. But I think with something is like, because Pathfinder has so much scale, you get such a bit.
We should prepare.
Irel, please come help. I trust Irel to do this. Don't let me down, Irel. Don't let me down.
Stand with me.
Okay, she let me down. Oh my god, and then they walked through the trap. Luckily, the trap didn't do too much damage. Now we're just having to fight everyone on this floor. Okay. Guys, come back. Pull back. Pull back. You're getting choked up. Oh, more Vermlets. We don't like Vermlets. They're tricksy. Get through to the other side. Attack them from there. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Mr. Vermlek, do you have anything tasty on your body? Anything I might like to partake in? Any good stuff? Any great loot? Possibly? I have like a notification that keeps coming up on Twitch that... Oh, right, I see. Okay. We achieved the Empire Business achievement on Twitch. I think that means we've streamed for like 250 hours lifetime. Either way, we passed that. It kept popping up on the corner of the on the corner of chat, and I had no idea what it was like a notification for. But there we go. 250 hours stream, people. Congratulations. You know, I think I'm gonna make start making a rule, like in chat, where if people redeem challenges, the challenges only last for as long as they actually are in chat.
I was
'Cause-
successful in my search.
Yes, indeed you are. Because people could just come in, redeem challenges, and then leave. And that means my stream is hell, and I suffer, and they don't have to suffer with me. And I don't like that. I want people to suffer with me. For some reason, the look of this real-time combat puts me off. Then I remember I loved Dragon Age Origins. Well, that's kind of the good thing about Pathfinder, is that you can switch it to turn-based combat. Personally, I went through the entirety of like the first one in real-time combat, and also I played Pillars of Eternity real-time combat, so I'm kind of used to the real-time combat element. But for somebody who like doesn't like real-time combat, you could put it into turn-based mode. Yeah, you can switch it to turn-based mode. It's kind of like, I think it kind of pays homage to the initial like Baldur's Gate games, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, because those were real-time combat as well with pause. So I think Pillars of Eternity and in some way Pathfinder are trying to pay homage to that style of gameplay, but at the same time, you can put it into turn-based mode. The only thing I find, one of the reasons that I'm so hesitant to go into turn-based mode is because I feel like the level of combat encounters in the game, if you played it in turn-based mode, it would double the length of playtime. I feel like it would drag in, to me, my personal opinion. And if that works for you, if that's fine for you, then so be it. More power to you. But for me, I think it would just drag in a bit. I don't think I would have as much fun playing it if I was just in turn-based combat all the time. Whereas with Baldur's Gate 3 and with Divinity Original Sin 2 and Original Sin 1 as well, turn-based mode was great for those. It was fine. Because I think that encounters were kind of like dotted about. Whereas in this, we have combat encounters every like 30 seconds sometimes. Like sometimes even less time in between them. So for me, I don't know, I don't really like playing this sort of game with this level of encounters, or this amount of encounters, in turn-based mode. But then, with that being said, there might later on in the game, there very well could be some boss battles where we have to switch to turn-based mode because it's just too difficult. Like, if we encounter dragons and stuff like that, we're probably going to have to switch to turn-based mode, because I can imagine that their breath weapons in the game's engine, I can imagine that their breath weapons would be devastating. Purely because of how often I tend to accidentally misclick and drag a whole group somewhere. That you know, so they'll all be clustered up and I'll get hit by the breath weapon at the same time, which is a nightmare. I never finished Divinity 1. It got really bleh to me towards the end. I never actually got that far into Divinity 1. Maybe I should play that at some point. I'm pretty sure I own both games, because I've definitely started playing Divinity 1. I think I only got like 2 hours into it, and then for whatever reason I put it down. It probably wasn't because it was a bad game. It was probably just I didn't have the attention span at the time. But Divinity 2, oh boy, I spent good time with Divinity 2. In fact, I did consider doing a Divinity Original Sin 2 playthrough on stream. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do one at some point, but I feel like at this point, most people who have probably most people who probably would want to see a playthrough of that have probably already seen a playthrough and maybe don't want to watch another playthrough because it is a bit of an old game at this point. But I don't know, maybe at some point. Felt like they really polished the first half of the game and then left the rest. Yeah, I felt like, so for Original Sin 2, I got the same feeling, but it wasn't like a big chunk of the game. So, Original Sin 2, the entire game felt really polished and really quite wide and expansive. But then, when you got to like the last act, which was in the city, and like it was in the capital city, I think, and it was like under siege or something, or like something had gone on and like creatures from the other realm had invaded the city. That act felt really, really rushed to me. Like it didn't feel like it was long enough. It felt like they squashed a load of content into one map or one area of a map, and then, you know, kind of just didn't feel like a great chapter to me. A great act of the game. Yeah, the idea is nice, but but I have played it like 10 times now, so I'm not sure how exciting a Divinity 2 playthrough would be. Exactly. Like, it's an old game at this point. I think most people have either played it or seen a playthrough of it. I'm just going to get rid of the dog now, guys. Give me one sec. Oh no, he's gone. Off he goes. Just someone coming to collect the dog. Let me see. Well, they were both early access games, right? So I guess they worked really hard on the content most people got to see early. Yeah, that's one of the things that worries me about Baldur's Gate 3, because they've said that the only bit of the game that's going to be in early access or available to play in early access is the first act, and I think there's going to be 5 or 6 acts. My worry with that is that we play the first act during early access many, many, many times, and so they improve the stuff in Act 1 as a result of that. But because we don't get to see the rest of the game doesn't get the same polish. That's what I'm worried about. But we'll see. I mean, apparently it's going to be at least another year in development, right? 2023 release, I believe. Or is it a late 2022 release? I can't remember. They announced it in their most recent Panel from Hell. That's what it's called. So we could have went up that way, or we could go up this way. Or we could have went up... No, wait, we came down there, so we could either go back up there, or back up here. Let me quick save. Make sure everyone's stealthy. But yeah, I mean, I hope Baldur's Gate 3 won't have that issue. I'd be really disappointed if it did, because... I don't know, I've been kind of ranting and raving about Baldur's Gate 3 since they announced that it was going to have early access and you could play it early and blah 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 blah. I've been ranting and raving about it, and I've been such a big supporter of it, and it would be kind of devastating to me if it turned out that the rest of the game doesn't have the same polish as Act 1. With that being said, Larian are quite well established as being a group of devs who, even if that's the case, they will endeavour to add more content to the game. A quick Google search says late 2022. It could be late 2022, that's probably right. I mean, I feel like they said at least another, like a year in development was announced like 3 weeks ago. Something like that. 2 weeks ago, maybe? I think it was 2 weeks ago. So, I don't know. Late 2022, early 2023. Something like that. Oh, what's this? What is this? What, actually, yeah, what is this? That's the... Who is that? The divine power of heaven seems to radiate from this painting. That might be the reason why it remained hidden from the demon's eyes and avoided desecration. Oh. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the Herald, I think. Herald of Iomade. Oh yeah, they moved it back to 2023. Yeah, I thought that was the case. I think it's like optimistic for a 2023 release. Shouldn't be any later than that. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of devs use the excuse of, oh, COVID's been difficult. And I understand that it has been difficult. But I think that COVID became a little bit of a scapegoat for some people. And now that the world is kind of getting back to some level of normality, that excuse isn't going to hold up if they decide to turn around and say, oh no, it will be even longer. But I mean, remains to be seen. I trust that they'll do a great job. Yeah, so many companies used COVID as an excuse to just close all of their customer service. Just an excuse to save money. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It seemed as though some people were just taking advantage of the crisis to kind of slack off a bit. With that being said, there have definitely been some... Oh, fantastic. They're actually going to put these two to sleep. That's... Yeah, I hate fighting shears. But yeah... it felt as though that was the case, but I trust Larian or Larian. I say Larian, I think, but I trust Larian to do a good job. I don't think there's any reason that they wouldn't. They have proved to be a pretty trustworthy group of individuals. I played Larian games since Divine Divinity in 2000. I never played Divine Divinity. In fact, I never played any of the earlier games. I jumped in on Original Sin 2 and then went back to the first Original Sin. But I haven't tried any of the other games. I don't know. I feel like the weird thing is as well that these days it feels like games by developers like Larian. It used to be the case where it felt as though their games came out very often. Whereas now, it feels like with games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Original Sin 2, games like that, Pathfinder for instance, it feels like there's at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years between each game. Like the lifespan is getting much longer, whereas obviously we've got a lot of other games in the world that like they release a new one every year. And I mean, I understand that less polish probably goes into, for instance, Call of Duty. Then, I mean, definitely less polish goes into it. I mean, let's look at, the simple fact that Vanguard performed incredibly poorly at launch. Battlefield 2042 is still apparently an absolute shitstorm, a nightmare to play, and not worth buying. Yeah, fuck you, EA. But either way, I feel like RPGs, the release window for them is always it seems to be getting longer. And that's not a bad thing if the quality of the game's going up. It just makes it a little bit annoying when like games do have a massive development period and then they're full of bugs at launch. That annoys me. Luckily, Pathfinder, not really the case, because I'm pretty sure I've said this a few times on stream. I'm pretty sure they had a development team of 20 people, just 20 people on the original Kingmaker game they made. I think it's more like 100 or something like that for this game, which isn't a lot. I think it's about 100. I could be wrong, but I think somewhere around there. I don't think the team increased that much in size. However, they still released this, I think 2, maybe 3 years after Kingmaker, which, considering they were just a little small indie dev company, it's fantastic. Even though it was filled with bugs at launch, yes, that did affect my perception of it at launch. I didn't want to play it. Obviously, I've had to come back to it once all the bugs have been kind of fixed. But still a great game considering, really small company. Yeah, 99% of AAA games are garbage to me. It's like the difference between handmade and factory produced. Yeah. There are a few... I mean, there are definitely a few AAA studios out there that are still creating, like, good games. It's just that I feel as though it's kind of few and far between. Yeah. Like, I used to play AAA games, like, that would be all I would play. At one time. But these days, I feel like small indie games are just way more exciting. This does not look good. Let's quick say. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I swore. I'll admit that one. I wasn't thinking. I'm just very passionate about the game, okay? I'm just very, very passionate about the game. And that's why I let out a little fudge just there. This is like 4 items of clothing by now. If I ever actually have to pay for my sins, then I'm going to be in a really bad situation. I'm going to be a very cold boy. How many do I have on? I have two socks, 1 pair of underwear, so that's 3. I have some pants, so that's 4. I have my shirt, that's 5. However, I would probably go ahead and count like 1 shirt button, like as each thing. So like 1 button. Let me see. 1 button, 2 button, 3 button, 4 button, 5 button, 6, 7. 7 buttons on my shirt. That works. I have returned. I'm full. That is good to hear. I hope the food was mucho goodo. Oh shit. Ship. I said ship. I said ship. Oh, this stream's going great in terms of the whole not cursing thing.
Godspeed.
Okay, let's get these 2 in here. Flanders isn't very stealthy, so we're not going to be too dangerous with him. We're just going to put him there. And the rest of you guys are probably going to trigger their sight as soon as you come in here. So. Oh, we could do with healing you guys up. You know what, actually? Is that a scroll of healing? Yeah, cure moderate wounds. Do it on you. Do it on you. Such a shame that Reynolds... Well, I mean, it's not a shame that he has many hit points, but it is difficult to heal him up. With so many hit points. I think that'll maybe do. Go ahead and do 1 positive energy heal. Okay. Right. So we have 2 shears, I think. Yeah, an abracandaloo wrecker. That don't sound fun. And then we had like, there was a load of cultists up here, wasn't there, around the table? I need to take those shears out, but I'm thinking, let's pause the game for a start. I just got the grease spell, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm thinking I would like to put grease down. Like there, maybe? On top of that, I want to just go out straight away and throw some kinetic energy at that wrecker. I think Irel is going to one-on-one that wrecker. Matrim on that guy. Sarah for that shear. Reynold for that guy. Glade. Glade, go for the shear.
Your death awaits.
And then I'm going to go ahead and trigger... Oh, have we run out? We've run out of Inspire Courage. That's weird because I thought we rested and we had loads of usage. We had like 13 usage. Oh, uses, sorry. It was like there was a crazy high number. I felt like. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was like 3 and not 13 and I just pulled a 1 out of my butt.
Time has come.
I think maybe we cast Protection from Evil Communal once we get to about there, let's say.
Watch each other.
There we go. Right, this is going to be a tricky fight. I'm calling it right now. Yep, okay. 3 ranges. Was there not someone at the head of the table? 3 ranges. Oh, there he is. Cambion Fighter. Cambion Fighter. That makes more sense. I think that was maybe one of them as well. We did. No, maybe not. Jeez, these guys look creepy. Okay, so the ranges are going to be a bit of an issue. I think we maybe get a rel to try and deal with these ranges. And in fact, let's go ahead. Have Flanders try and take one out as well. Oh, fudge. I mean, my grease is working. It's just I didn't realise I was going to walk into my own grease. We need to heal. We need to do all the healing right now. In fact, we're going to do an emergency little big potion. Yes, please. We would very much like that. We should also start equipping the pets on people to get those those skills up a little bit more. So that's perception and lore. That's knowledge of the world, knowledge of arcana. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the Sovereign Dragon. And I know you can equip more than one at a time, but Nicaea complimented me on the Pipe Fox. So let's go ahead and give Nicaea the Pipe Fox. We have a little kitty cat. You know what? I think we'll save the kitty cat for your character, Embrace. I think we should save the little kitty cat for that. Tiger is his name. And I think there's going to be more pets that we can get for the game, but we'll see. So we need to chug that. We need him to do that. We want Seela to also we want Sarah, sorry, to also do that. But it looks ginger. A ginger cat's not good cats. Yeah. I think Glade might go down here. Yep. But it's okay, we can get her back up. Come on, come on, come on. Oh boy. If I have to ask, oh, ginger cats are not good cats. I mean, I wouldn't really know. I'm not a cat owner. I'm not a cat owner. And I am more of a dog person. But I feel like I just made the rookie mistake of a non-dog owner, perhaps.
We shall
Flanders, you need to get the fudge back. Okay. Flanders died to his own grease. Or as a result of his own grease. I don't know if this is salvageable. Yeah, I'm gonna reload. This is a tough encounter.